Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Thanks for being here. Please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. It helps the channel grow. The last 3 or 4 videos, I can't recall off the top of my head, have been the top videos for the channel. So thank you guys for that. In this video, let's get right into it. We got 2 cars that I covered previously, actually 3 cars. Misfire car, K-Series. We have another K-Series that had a missing map sensor, if you remember that. We got an update on that. And the Integra with the broken timing belt. That's at the very end of this video. So if you make it there, you're gonna see the results. I appreciate everybody for watching, getting the channel, helping it grow. Anybody that has supported us, it has been a long week. We are swamped with work. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Whether you ordered something online, gave a positive review, came in person, or even just spread the word about us. I truly do appreciate and thank you guys. It's been a very, like I said, gruesome week. It's been hot. I'm tired if you can't tell. Let's get right into the video. So we are sitting in a newer Type R, not a brand new one, but FK8. This was actually brought in from another shop, and they said they acquired a heavily modified Type R, and it had check engine lights on. They didn't really, I don't think they gave us the description of what the check engine lights were for. So ultimately I recommended, hey, if you bought the vehicle and they didn't give you any kind of tuning device, what we want to do is we'd want to bring it in first. We'd want to bring it in first, and I can hook up to it and see if the actual computer is jailbroken. That will give us an idea if it's ever been tuned. So I got everything hooked up. I'll flip the camera around here. You can see what I'm seeing. I got the check engine light that I documented, and you'll see with the ECU really quickly. So it is a little sunny out. You can see it says not jailbroken. I have his VIN number covered up. And then let me click on the air codes for you guys so you can see too the code that he's throwing. We have a code P0299, turbocharger underboost problem. So let me hop out of this car because it is pretty hot out today. Let me go in a little bit more detail on what the next step should be here. So we got the hood popped, and yes, they do have some heavy modification done to it. Not only can you see the intake pipe, but it does also have a PRL turbo as the inlet, has the flex fuel setup. You can see it has some radium goodies on there. It has the Honda pump, which I'm assuming that it has bigger injectors. So now I go and ask myself, why would somebody get rid of this car after performing all the modifications? Now, did the car get repossessed? Or did something happen, let's say to the engine, that made them want to get rid of it? So in this case, I'm going to inform the customer how I think we should approach this. I don't know if this customer more so is just looking to sell this car and basically do a flip. You know, maybe they got it from auction, you know, repossessed, and just having it drive better with no check engine lights. The problem more so too, though, is that underboost code is kind of notorious, and it's not something that could possibly just go away with the tune as well. So there's a couple different ways to approach this. I'm going to reach out to the client, see what he wants to do, and go from there. I'll keep you guys updated if I have another update in this video. But I will add, you know, if you have a, we get this a lot. If you have a shop that doesn't specialize in performance stuff, and you're looking maybe to get into it more, but you don't have the help there, you can outsource it. You can outsource it to us. We won't mention your name. If you tell us to keep it off videos, we can do that as well. You know, we do cater to a lot of shops where they'll bring us cars to either do fab work on, build the engine, put it on the dyno, and they say strictly, you know, no videos, no pictures. So fully understand, fully get it. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, so I just wanted to get a little in between here. I'm going to get you another clip of last week's video, the injectors on the K-Series, but hang tight. I wanted to explain something that does not get seen. So after I just got done with the Type R, I go in, basically I write up a report, and then I send it to the client. Now, he emailed me back quickly, and he's basically, they know no history of the car, and he basically at this point, he's trying to decide what he should do. You know, should he just sell it, maybe just count, you know, wash his hands of it. It really comes down to the money that he wants to put into it. Now, of course, they're a business, so if they're going to be looking to sell the car, they're going to want to make the most profit on it. You put it on the dyno, and you go back to the what ifs. You know, why did this car get, you know, sold, and why does it appear that there's not a tune on it, or it wasn't tuned prior? There's a lot of what ifs. You know, what if the turbo is bad? So it really just comes down to what they're going to be trying to do. And of course, where I insert myself, as I said before in my videos, if you've been watching, my job is to report everything I find, and you make the decisions with the help of me. If you got questions, you know, hey, well, what if we do this? What can I maybe be expecting? That's what we're here for too, the continued support. So with that being said, let's go on to the next one. So we have another Type R in the shop. I don't think I covered this one last week. You might have saw a video or of it in the background. So the customer came in, thought he had a bad trans. We diagnosed it. He in fact did. Customer supplied us with an FL5 trans, and if you can't tell, this is an FK8. So we got the new trans in, and right now we're going to be modifying the VSS stuff that has to be done to get this thing happy. There's plenty of reasons why guys want to do the FL5 and the FK8. You can go research that. And it's just something else got going on. So as soon as he's done, I don't want to get in his way. I'll come back with a little bit of an update on this car. So we got this beautiful supercharged S2000 up on the dyno, and I'm actually done with it. But what I wanted to cover really quickly, let me turn this fan off. I didn't want to cover it more so on the dyno. I don't know if you guys are getting sick of dyno stuff or whatever, but this one we installed the Haltech Platinum. We're Haltech dealers. We are well versed with Haltech products. There are a lot more options now when it comes to what you can run on these cars. We make a plug-and-play harness as well for certain ECUs, certain Haltech ECUs for this. Why I'm saying this, though, let me hop in really quickly. We have been getting a ton of emails and phone calls where guys are ordering harnesses elsewhere, and they're having nothing but problems. And then pretty much this is how the phone call or the message comes in. Hey, I saw you guys on YouTube. Seems like you're really well versed with Haltech. I'm trying to find out. I got a couple questions. I'm trying to find some answers. The problem is you're taking away our time to our customers that support us. We're not trying to be a-holes or whatever you want to call it, but you didn't buy the product from us. And we do hear every now and then, I don't understand sometimes, you know, the logic of what people are thinking, but we'll hear every now and then, oh no, I didn't buy the harness from you because this company was a little bit cheaper. And then we also ask, you know, whatever, hey, why aren't you asking that company why their harness will not start your car or prime the fuel pump? Oh, I can't get a hold of them anymore after I bought the product from them. Before, though, when they were trying to sell me the product, they were responding pretty quickly. I've been doing this for so long, guys. I will keep on saying it and preaching it. We're here in the long run. You buy a product from us, you have an issue, we're here for you. And I actually had a guy that purchased an ECU, a Haltech ECU, with our harness well over a year ago. He finally got time to install it, and he said he was having now problems, and the stock computer will run the car, but the Haltech will not. And of course I told him, you send the product back, we can always inspect it. But every harness we make here, we inspect prior before shipping it out, and we test it. I told him to send me a data log. I'll take a look at it. He sent me the data log. I found at least 3 things that was causing it not to start. So now I need to send him a couple things back, and ultimately the thing should start. And if it doesn't, then we're going to go back and forth with logs, making sure that it's all good. This is the stuff that you do not see. There's also another customer that I tuned a while back. He's having now a weird boost sound issue. He sent me a data log. I gave him my opinion on where to tackle it first. It's little stuff like that. So if you're on the fence, you're thinking about, well, this company's a little bit more money, it's worth paying a little bit more to get the service in the long run and afterwards. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I'm not trying to cover this S2K on the dyno, but it is beautiful. So I'm sitting in this car. I want to say I covered it about maybe last week or so. It's the car that had no map sensor on it. The TPS map were switched around, the wiring as well. You can go back, watch the video. I'll try to remember to link everything down below, but I'm sure I'll forget. Customer dropped off another ECU, left a lot to be desired. Fuel pump doesn't prime. Some of the wiring in here is very, I guess you could say, sketch. So this one was difficult to figure out. Our wiring right now is going through the door because we're during the testing phase. I want to say that a normal person might not have got this solved, just because we have spare parts, spare harnesses and whatnot that we can test out. Ultimately, what happened was the wiring for the map sensor was wrong, but there was other plugs that were just cut off and they were touching each other. So once we figured that out, which did take some time, the magic power of video, it seems like it was quickly, it did take some time, but we finally I have a log here that I recorded just because it's easier when you're doing stuff, but we have, look at map pressure. It is actually reading now how it should be when it starts up and whatnot. So, you know, there's still some stuff on this car. Like I was saying last week, I think the fuel hoses are not correct. Let me go out and show you guys. And as I said, our wiring is just draped over because we're just testing right now. We want to verify it before we tuck everything and make it look nice. But as I was saying in the one video too, these are AN lines, but they're set up like they're almost like push type, and they're not. So already explained that to the customer. There's still stuff that should be fixed. Gonna do one more, once we get it running, we're gonna do one more once over, make sure it's good to go before the dyno. And this one will be pretty much wrapped up in a sense, and if I have an update, I'll get you one. So I was sitting in the car getting this thing to idle where it wants to. I got the tune, it was already all built for it, the day of the dyno day. I do have a funnel on it really quickly. We did notice it has a coolant leak. And we just wanted to see if the radiator fan would kick on, and unfortunately it does not. So, you know, at this point we're going to make the notes. I did ask him too, though. So we told him we fixed the problem. He was very, very thankful. Said it was his first engine swap. The head is very, very noisy. So I asked him if he ever did a valve lash on it. You know, if this is like a junkyard engine, there is stuff you should do. And if he did do a valve lash, then I'm going to recommend that we double check it, because that noise is not pleasant. Let me actually see if I can get it on video. And then it also has a noise on D-cell. So let me go out and see if I can actually capture it. So I'm going to insert the video. Well, I inserted the video before this, and you should be able to hear the knocking sound from the head, and then more so when the engine's coming down the D-cell. When I stuck my phone down below, I was trying to really have you guys hear that, and I sent it to the customer. Now, I did also ask the customer if he did the valve lash himself. He said he did. So at this point, sorry, I didn't know how loud that was going to be. We had a car starting up. At this point, I recommended that we double check it. If he doesn't want to and it goes on the dyno and the noise is getting worse and worse and I'm just going to stop, you know, it's going to be up to him ultimately. It goes without saying though, you know, the radiator fan doesn't work. It's not the end of the world. Could still put it on the dyno, have the fans on it, keep an eye on the heat. The coolant leak too, you know, stuff that should be addressed and ultimately should have been addressed before dyno day, but you know, it is what it is on that. So I don't know if I'm going to have more updates on that car this video. I do have some other updates, which we got the Integra. Remember the timing belt Integra? The timing belt that snapped Integra? We got an update on that. So if you watched last week's video, if not, go watch last week's video. Ready? So we're wrapping up for the night and driving home. It's been a long day, super hot, sweaty. I wanted to say a couple things here though, and I want you guys to think about this. So what you see on these YouTube videos is what you get. Had a guy meet me in person, told me how I'm exactly how I am in my YouTube videos. I'm transparent, I'm honest, but what I want you guys to think about, and there's two cars in this video. The Type R that I told him his best route was probably not the dyno tune it. I explained why, and he chose not to. The other one is that Integra that started up with the snap timing belt. Those two cars I could have easily made a lot more money on. I could have sold the guy a tune, and if it didn't fix the problem, as other shops would do that I keep hearing about, would tell you to say, you know, at the end of the day, oh well. And then the other one with the Integra, the timing belt, could have sold them on an engine swap. But that's not what it's about. I've been doing this for so long, and even from day one, and just how I was raised by my parents, you do what is morally right at the end of the day. And that's why I feel I've been pretty successful, besides all the other stuff and the work that we do in business. You know, I see a lot of fly-by-night companies that come and go. They'll be open for about a year or two. They sell customers empty promises, and ultimately, you know, it catches up to that shop. We've been transparent. I've been transparent since day one. And I just wanted to let you guys, I wanted to highlight that, because if you're just watching the video, you might not think about that. And like I said, I could have put a lot more money in my pocket at the end of the day, but that's not what it's not what it's about. Keep the customers happy, transparent, you fill them in about everything, you explain things to them, and you educate them. You don't act like you're better than somebody. You know, everybody starts from somewhere. Everybody starts from scratch. If you're looking to get in this industry, or, you know, I've had guys hit me up, you know, this is their dream. Being a business owner is not for everybody. It is sometimes long days, long nights. You take home some stress when you shouldn't. And your family deals with it sometimes, at least for me. I'm speaking on behalf of me. I can't speak for other business owners that might, at the end of the day, clock out. They don't don't care. I'm trying to watch my language. But at the end of the day, as I said, we're on our way home now. It's hot. I've been running around doing a lot of stuff. I got to go home still, though, and answer some emails. I got to get back to some people. Got to go back and answer some messages. Got a couple e-tunes that I got to take care of. That's just how I am programmed. I love to work. I love what I do. And yes, it is stressful at times. And it is what it is. But that's the other thing, too. You know, that wiring job on that car with the map sensor. I don't know, as I said, if a normal person would have solved that. Years of experience comes into play. We have spare parts that we can test here and there. We hear sometimes, hey, I got a problem with this car. Can I bring it in? It's not that big of a problem. You know, or my buddy did this and now the car doesn't run right. It shouldn't be that hard to fix. You just never know what kind of can of worms you could be getting into. And, you know, some stuff takes a lot longer to diagnose than others, and you know, that's what it's about. So hopefully you guys like this video. I believe I'm at the end of it. I believe I covered everything. But if I pop back up here, so be it. And if not, I do really appreciate everybody watching. If you got this far, I really, really thank you. As I said too at the beginning, or hopefully I remember to say it at the beginning, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Helps the channel grow. And hopefully you guys are liking these Sunday drops. These Sunday mornings with Bob. Take care, everybody.